everybody, Canadian Moto Gal here, and welcome to Tidbit Tuesdays, where I discuss ICBC riding information as presented in the riding guides, Learn to Ride Smart, and tuning up for riders. In today's episode, I am going to be covering the U-turn. So it's not necessarily the U-turn in the context of all the proper techniques and such to do the U-turn. There's lots of YouTube videos on that already. But what I wanted to talk about in today's episode was the correct steps to take when you're doing your U-turn in terms of when you're doing your road test, because you need to signal at a certain time and that type of thing. So we're going to actually go through the process and do that, and I'm going to do a demo as we speak, or I guess I should say as we ride. So I'm going to find myself a nice street to do a U-turn on. You will be told by your ICBC examiner, it's hot, I got to open up my shield here. You'll be told by your ICBC examiner when to do a U-turn, and that's pretty much kind of left to your discretion, but they will say when it's safe to do so, proceed to do a U-turn. So I would not pick here as a very safe spot to do a U-turn, because you can see there's a corner that we just did, there's another corner coming up here, so you wouldn't really be able to see traffic all that well coming, which would definitely not be a smart move for your U-turn. So if this was the case, I would just continue on until you get a little bit of a straighter stretch that would be a little bit safer to do your U-turn. You also don't want to do your U-turn where you're at stop signs and things like this, because that too poses too much of a risk. So you definitely want something that's got a bit of a straight stretch to it. If there's a blind hill, you would not choose that spot to do your U-turn either. So you definitely want to have just a spot that's usually nice and straight. And for the most part, your ICBC examiner is not just out to get you, they're out to make sure that you're a safe rider. So they won't intentionally set you up for a terrible spot to go do a U-turn. But they do definitely want to see if you have the judgment as to where you should do a U-turn or where it would be appropriate to do one. All right, so in this particular case here, I'm getting ready to pull over to do a U-turn. So mirror, signal, shoulder check. I'm going to start to go into the right-hand side. And at this point here, you can stop. And then you can do your left turn signal. You're going to do a mirror check. You're going to get ready to do a shoulder check. And then as you do your shoulder check, if there's no traffic coming, then you can begin to proceed. And remember, you're going to go nice and slow. You want to look where you want to go. Okay, so turn your head all the way to where you want to go. Turn, keep your left signal on, shoulder check, re-enter into traffic, and then proceed forward. So it's really as simple as that. It's just the whole process with the signaling and everything that you really need to make sure that you're remembering. So let's do one other example of that. And here I can't really see very much, so I'm going to inch forward. Traffic's coming, so I stop again. And I'm going to be doing a right-hand turn, so deep shoulder right, and proceed. So let's head down this street here, and look to do another U-turn. Deep shoulder right. Oh, I don't think I'd pick the street to do a U-turn. It's a little short, and it's definitely a little bit hilly. So this would not be a good choice for your U-turn area. Okay, here is actually not too bad though. So again, I'm going to mirror check, signal to the right. I'm going to pull over to the right a little bit here. I'm going to signal left, mirror check, signal left, shoulder check, it's clear, and I'm going to start to do my U-turn. And look where you want to go, people. Seriously, don't look at the curb. Left signal, re-enter, shoulder check, traffic, cancel your signal, and away you go. Simple as that. That is your correct process for your U-turn. If you haven't done a lot of U-turns, get in the parking lots and make sure that you're actually practicing those U-turns, because you do not want to put your foot down, and you will get some demerits if you do that. Doesn't mean you're necessarily going to fail, but if you are already getting close to having a lot of demerit points and you do touch down, that's just an extra demerit point that you really should not have if you've been practicing your U-turns. They're a little intimidating, but really they are totally manageable once you get the hang of it. So head to a parking lot, head and practice for your U-turns. Watch lots of YouTube videos on some techniques that can help you in terms of counterbalancing and that kind of thing while you're doing your U-turn. Your clutch control, throttle control, the friction zone, all of those things really come into play when you are doing your U-turn. So practice, and aim to be able to do a U-turn in 2 parking spots or less, and you will do absolutely just fine when it comes time to do a U-turn on a street. This is a great spot here, nice and straight. So again, I'm going to do a mirror check. I'm going to signal right. I'm going to look over, do my shoulder check, move over to the right, cancel my signal right, mirror check, signal left. I'm going to do a shoulder check, and if no traffic is coming, I'm going to proceed to do my U-turn. So look where you want to go, and you see I'm really using my throttle there and friction, just to give you an example of what that's like. Now again, your signal is left, re-enter traffic and start to go, and then you can actually cancel your signal because now you're back in traffic. That's your U-turn. That's the correct process to do your U-turn per ICBC, and what will be expected of you to do that on your ICBC road test. So hope you found this video helpful. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if this video was helpful for you, if you use this to help prepare for your road test, or just some basic street review on riding techniques. And I really do hope this series is helpful. Let me know if there's any other video clips or skills that you would like me to demonstrate in my Tidbit Tuesday series. Stay tuned for next week's episode, and have a great week, everybody.